Well, good morning. My name's Phil Salvati, and I'm here with my good buddy Danny Shade.
Hey.
And we're here to broadcast and celebrate the 127th Cherokee Strip celebration. A lot of things have been going on lately in town, but I'm sure you're aware, and I don't know if everybody here who's watching obviously can't be available. But a lot of good things have been happening in town, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to catch some people up a little bit. We were here last year, so we got a lot to make up this year, so maybe we can get a little bit of that out of the way before the parade starts.
I know this has actually been dubbed the 128th celebration, but you know, last year with the pandemic, obviously everything was, or not everything, but a lot of things were shut down, and we weren't able to enjoy this day last year.
Yeah.
But a lot of great things have been happening around town. We're really making progress. What I like to say, our very small, large city has come a long way in 2 years since we've last done this.
The mini-tropolis is growing.
Mini-tropolis, yeah, that's a good way to put it. You know, several businesses made it through the hard times. We've opened several businesses here in town. Red Line on the north side of the square, they're open today. If you guys need a good pick-me-up kind of tea, refreshment drink, they're on the north side of the square. Comeback's open today.
Hey, you know,
excited.
not to take anything away from Comeback, because, I mean, they're historic, but back to that Red Line real quick, I was kind of skeptical about the whole powder, like the
myself
drink.
as well.
I mean, I really was.
Myself.
I was skeptical. Because you see everybody kind of pushing these deals, and they're kind of just, they're fads, you know, they come and go.
Yeah.
But I actually had a drink from Red Line, and I was surprised how good it was.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah, and it's a good pick-me-up. She has different concoctions for what you need and what you don't need. They have a dietetic or diet drink and a pick-me-up drink for especially, or a rebuild your muscles drink, and she even has to-go things if she's not there for the weekends on Sundays and all. You can buy the powders and make your own at home.
Yeah.
So if you're into that fitness stuff, you know, I stopped that years ago.
Now, yeah, I don't. I'm in the.
I do though. We do go there quite often though, every week, or during the week rather.
Now back to the Comeback. Got to give Mary Lee her due, because she is open today and
Yep.
serving the public.
Yep, and they're hustling there. As it's going to be tough. See, look at that.
Man, Tyson is the man.
I'm telling you. And you know, today this is coming to you from City Hall, the Perry Information Network. And Tyson Davis has been doing this for years. He's our sound guy, camera guy, producer guy.
And just all around good guy.
Yeah, and a good guy. So big
And
shout
keeps
out
us
to him.
reined in.
Right. We got the rules, what we can and can't say.
I definitely keep you reined in. That's for sure.
But yeah, so several things have happened. We have a new restaurant on the south side, or two new restaurants on the south side of the square.
Sassy's.
And
I love
Nettie
Sassy's.
Mae's.
And Nettie Mae's,
Yep.
good pizza.
Yep. Nettie Mae's is inside the local, which is kind of like a great business model, a conglomerate of several businesses,
Yeah.
all in one. That's a great business model that's really made it pretty well.
I'll tell you what, if you just want to see a cool building,
Yes.
you go in.
Yeah.
So they redid this building. It's called the Local, and it's on the south side of the square here in Perry. When you walk in, they left all of the rock from the original construction exposed, and it was pretty extensive and expensive to do that. They could have covered it up very easily, but they actually went the extra mile and left the rock shown, and oh my goodness, it's awesome.
Well, even the whole place as a whole. Michelle Taylor.
It is
owns
cool,
that
but I'm a
building.
fan of that wall.
She put her heart and soul and a dollar or two.
And all her time.
What a great building. And then we got inside there is two other businesses. I don't think Ray is doing anymore because she's left off to college. But she started a chocolate kind of fudge, fancy.
Oh, yeah, the dessert deal.
Yeah. And what's Blazer Bling is in there as well?
Blazer Bling.
Yeah.
Actually, they have a place in Garber, too, don't they?
They do. They're a very successful business.
I know my wife likes it.
Yeah. They do. They have shirts and
Everything.
boutique kind of stuff.
It's a boutique.
Great lady owns that store. And then now we have Sassy's, who the owner's name is Stacy. She's a great gal. You all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little drink of
Gonna
water.
lift? Can I have mine?
No,
Would that be cool?
no, I'm not gonna get it for you.
Sassy's, yeah, she opened, gosh, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe.
Yeah, she's been open for a while.
Yeah,
and she kind of, was gangbusters there at first, and then they kind of got their feet under them, and
Yep.
they got some really good wait staff now. I think they got the kitchen kind of ironed out because just with any business, when you first started going there, kind of touch and go is a little.
Yep.
The wait time was a little there, but now I go in just about I probably go in 3 or 4 times a day for lunch.
I tell you, not only that, and not to take away from Sassy's, but as you know, we have 2 businesses on the west side of the square, and I never walk to lunch anymore. With these new
Do you really, do you ride the scooter?
Heck yes,
Do you really?
absolutely.
Me and my brother rode one at the Riverwalk in Tulsa, and they were fun.
We ride to Sassy's, we ride back and we rode to Subway the other day.
What's a round trip to Sassy's cost on those scooters?
Oh, it was cheap because you're
Couple
only on
bucks?
for 2 minutes. Yeah, and we do a group ride, so Gayla and Kim and myself.
How fun is that?
It's awesome. My wife and I, Gayla, rode to Subway the other day.
Nice.
Rode there, yeah. I don't see what you do. What happens is you activate your scooter off your card, obviously, and you ride to your destination. You can lock it at your destination so you're guaranteed a ride, or you can take that chance. So the next time we head out on Fur to go to Mariachi's, you ride out to Mariachi's and
Ride all the way to Mariachi's?
you can ride to BMAC now.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
When
I'm
the-
going to come meet you for lunch. I want to
Oh
ride
heck
the
yeah,
scooter.
man! We'll
Oh,
ride out there.
absolutely.
But if you ride to Mariachi's, that's an awful long ride. You got to lock it so nobody can take it. Otherwise, you have an adult beverage with your dinner. That's a long walk home.
Do you get a DUI? It's a motorized scooter.
Yes, you can.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm telling you,
Good thing I don't drink.
we got that bird thing. We were excited. We couldn't wait. It's a lot of fun. We take an extra lap around the square before we go back to work. Obviously, we don't want to waste a ride.
So here comes some gunshots, but I want to squeeze something in real quick before we zoom out there. I know you brought up you have a couple businesses, and I know you don't like plugging yourself, so I'm going to give you a little plug here. If anybody, single, dating, married, kids, full-blown family, grandparents, everything, is looking for something fun to do, you can actually do it in Perry. Come to Valhalla, axe throwing.
We have a lot of fun.
Sounds crazy, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's a ball.
It's a lot of fun.
If you would have told me 10 years ago, I would have took my children and we would have thrown axes and it would have been a good time. I probably would have called you crazy, but it was a good time.
I said the same thing to my wife 2 years ago when she came up with this idea. It is the fastest growing sport in the United States and Canada.
That's so crazy.
And my wife
Axe
says,
throwing is the #1 sport.
my wife says, hey, let's buy this building and put axe throwing in. And I said, that's nuts. And 2 years later, after
Your wife
our,
is nuts.
yeah, she is. She's a
But
little
she's
crazy.
awesome.
So here we are, 2 years later. We've totally redid a 110-year-old building, upstairs and down, and we have axe throwing.
And it's
So
a
gotta
ball.
say real fast.
Sure.
Full disclosure, I have done axe throwing, but not at your place yet.
Trader.
But this summer, my nieces were up, 12 and 16 girls.
Yep.
Took them to axe throwing. They loved it.
Where did you go? Stillwater?
Yeah.
So that guy is mentored us. He owns 6 axe throwing places in Oklahoma, and he makes custom throwing knives named Toro knives. I got to tell you, usually you meet a businessman and he'll say, what are you doing and why you want my information? And we met that fella. He came and told us how to build it. He spent hours and hours with us, and there are 4 within an hour of us right
Well,
here.
what's his name in business?
Well, he has Stilly Axe. He has 5 others. He has all over Tulsa.
Enid?
No, he doesn't have Enid Axe.
Oh, okay.
And there's Ponca. He doesn't have those 2, but he has them all more east and south in the Tulsa areas, and he does really, really well.
Well, that's awesome.
And I can't thank him enough. He's shown us the way, set us up with knives. He's come out to our place on opening night, and he's a ridiculously good axe and knife thrower. In fact, I'm judging for him. He has a very big tournament in Tulsa where it's a $10,000 payoff per sport. So there's big axe, hatchet, and then duels, and there's $10,000 each one.
Well, it's nice to see a business owner that instead of being threatened, with the crab in the bucket mentality, actually wraps his arms around you and helps get you going.
Right.
That's what we need a little bit more of, is some of that community getting together instead of worrying about somebody outshining you. If you build everybody up, everybody shines.
And we even met the owners at Enid Axe. They came down and introduced themselves. They have and we all talked about building our own teams and going
like
there and competing.
okay. Like a
this-
league?
Yeah. Well, not more so like this month is Enid Axe, next month is Stilly Axe, or and then the following, and so on and so forth, and just getting a ridiculous trophy for the year or something.
Very cool.
But anyhow, yeah, I just shout out to those guys there in Stilly Axe. But there's another business starting to opening, more and more businesses opening in Perry. We do have the Loves coming out there on Fur.
Love's Country Store.
Yes.
Truck stop or just gas?
Truck stop, gas, restaurant.
with an Arby's.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, we're allowed to say
So I've
Arby's.
heard.
Okay, I didn't know if
So
that was
they
out
got
there.
the meats.
Oh,
So for sandwiches.
I don't know. That's the rumor that I've heard.
That I think that's pretty much a done deal. I didn't know if we were able to say that.
I hope.
I don't know if it's a done deal, folks, but I hope it's an Arby's, because that would be awesome.
Yes.
And then
I want to get a chicken place.
that's coming. I heard too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, bring it on.
Yep. Mariachi's, I was told, is building a new restaurant. Between Mariachi's and
You heard it here
McDonald's.
first, folks. The mini-tropolis is
That's, I
fixing
mean,
to
you know,
happen.
you know how the rumor mill goes, but that's what I've heard, and I also heard where the current Mariachi's is going to be a chicken place. Whether we can say what it is or what the speculation is, I don't know.
I'm speculating. I hope it's Golden Chick.
It is.
Is it? I win!
So that's the speculation. That's the rumor. You know how it works in small towns.
Well, anyway, hopefully all that works out, but it's cool that Love's is coming, and I'm always up for some Arby's and some chicken places. So.
Yeah. What else is coming? Simple Simons, the Teddick family is building a new Simple Simons.
Hey, and you know what? I heard it's going to be carry out and delivery.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. Right next to is it Dr. Dewhurst?
That's the dentist. I believe
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
That lot right to the west of them.
Yep.
So and that's the thing. But man, so many other things. Seth Wadley is building out on the highway.
They've done really well.
they-
They've been really busy.
They are a staple in the community.
I was talking to Jared the other day, and that guy's busy.
Oh my God.
He's kind of got his hands
Yeah.
going everywhere.
Him and his wife April, she's heavily involved in the business too.
Very cool.
They're 90 to nothing, man. Like a ping pong, or not ping pong. Geez, what's that?
What's that? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, the
Don't worry
arcade
about it.
game.
Pong.
No, what? Pinball. That was
There you
close.
go.
Ping pong, pinball.
Yeah.
Yeah, bouncing off. He's got 6 or 7 spoons in the pot, and so does April. So.
Well, I know the guy's always there, and he's always there for the community. They had a pallet of water. My kids, they're in band, and it was hot, and they were practicing, and it's been 100 degrees plus for just ever. It doesn't seem like it's ever going to rain. And he shows up with a pallet of water, and, just here you go. No big deal.
That's
That
his way.
That was pretty cool.
That's his way, and he if there's a
So
sport,
thank you,
he's
Jared.
involved in it. Yeah, Jared and April and a whole crew at Seth Wadley. Heavily involved in the community. Other things that's happened around town, the trails out at CCC Lake.
Very cool. I walk them.
yeah.
I know it doesn't look like it, but I really do walk them. And
That-
but I'm a fall walker. I'm not a summer walker.
Right, I don't know. This heat, yeah, I agree with you. I'm right there. They've done a heck of a job out there, and that was done through several community members got together and applied for a grant, and then a lot of volunteer work.
Hey, if you haven't seen it though, I'll tell you, CCC Lake's kind of like a hidden gem.
Yes, it is.
Because they stock it every year with trout, so you can go trout fishing in Oklahoma Pond or lake, I guess I should say.
Trout
Everything's a
stocked
pond
by
to me.
the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife.
Yes,
ODWC.
they hook it up.
So.
And but not only that, you can take your kayak out there. They have places to rent out there for birthday parties, and now they have the new walking trail. And the walking trail I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's a little, maybe it's just because I'm out of shape, but it's pretty challenging.
It's uphill both
It
ways.
is uphill both ways,
Yeah.
and they'll even rinse you a hot potato if it's cold. You can carry it. But no, the CCC Lake, if you haven't ever been there, or if you hadn't been there in a while, go check it out. Those walking trails are amazing.
The Centennial Church, also good for weddings.
Centennial
And that's
Church. They
rented
rent that
for
out for
weddings.
weddings?
They
Oh,
do.
yeah.
So you can
The
rent
church
the
on
church
hill.
for weddings and then rent the pavilion for the reception afterwards.
I'm going to tell you right now, that church is cute as a button.
Yep. Yeah.
It's very popular.
And you can rent out the boathouse down on the lower end. I've rented that several times.
Yeah,
for
that was
picnics
the
and stuff.
birthday party we were talking about.
Oh,
or I was
gotcha,
talking about.
gotcha.
But you did your falconry thing over there,
Yeah.
didn't you, one year?
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years in a row.
Falconry.
Falconry.
You did, man. If you'd have told me, I didn't even know that was a thing. This guy, I'm telling you, falconry, flying these hawks, it's awesome.
It's
I
a lot
mean,
of fun.
he can take a wild bird, folks, and send it out and hunt a duck with it, and it comes right back to him like nothing happened.
Usually, that's the plan.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
the
always happen that
plan.
way.
That's the plan.
So several other things around town. We have 2 builders in town just going nuts. 100 plus homes being built in town.
Who is it?
I don't know. I don't know. He's on. Gosh.
Who's building? There's somebody building a new deal over here. I heard was going to be an insurance place right down from Exchange Bank.
That's correct. And right next to that insurance deal, Exchange Bank put up that beautiful new drive-up ATM.
So while we're talking about Exchange Bank, I definitely want to give Zach and Chuck their props, because Exchange Bank, as a gift to Perry, financed the travel and all the expenses to bring the Langston Pride Band over for
That's right.
this celebration.
200 pieces.
And I'm just going to tell you guys, I love doing this, but when they come, we're going to have to go to a live shot, because I'm going to be at the door watching, because I heard it is amazing. I heard they're crazy. Like, it's wild. So I can't wait to check it
So
out.
it is also Exchange Bank's 125th anniversary.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
guys. That's awesome.
I was talking to Senator Chuck All, who's one of the owners of Exchange Bank, just earlier today. They had a big party out at the little park they built on the way into town.
Centennial
from the
Park.
east side. Yeah, and I think I heard him say 1,700 people were there.
Wow.
Yeah, more people came out for that than to vote for the commissioners.
Well,
Isn't that crazy?
you know, everybody wants to party.
Right. So he had it catered. They had inflatable bounce houses for the kids and a band out of Oklahoma City. It was quite the ordeal.
Huh.
So,
That Centennial Park's beautiful, too.
yeah. And
Well, Perry's pretty blessed, man. We got some
I'm
nice
telling you.
stuff, especially for families.
Yep.
There's a lot of cool stuff for
well,
families.
we have an actual square, and most towns don't. We have a Carnegie library, which the story behind that is amazing. I wish we had time to go through that.
New splash pad.
New splash pad
New
came in.
splash
Yep, that was
pad.
on my list. I didn't get there yet. New splash pad. A bunch of concerned citizens in town got together and raised money hard. Worked really hard. Those ladies.
I don't know who all was involved, but I know Melanie McGuire was involved
Oh, the list
because
is
we're
long.
friends. Yeah,
Kristen Hughes.
yeah. There's a ton of people that were involved, and I'm going to tell you that's what sheer determination gets you, because they took an idea and literally beat it into
Yes.
existence, and they made it happen. And now it's a pretty cool deal.
I just can't run the list of people that were involved.
Oh,
in that.
no.
The chamber. Gosh, I couldn't.
And we're sorry if
Yeah,
we
I
can't
don't-
get
I don't know all
everybody,
their
because there's
names.
tons of people. But it
I'm
was
gonna shout
awesome
out-
what you did, and you know that you were a part of it, and we
Right.
appreciate it.
I'm going to shout out Brenda Stotts with the City of Perry.
Brenda
Very cool.
Stotts.
She was
Yep, she was
instrumental
definitely
in
had
that.
a lot to do with that, and obviously probably is the caretaker of that now, just because she didn't have anything better to do for the city.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but
add that on.
hey, and speaking of the city, this is brought to you, and we are here today because of the city. Larry Pinnell, our mayor, Bill Streller, our city council members, thank you for letting us do this.
We appreciate it.
I know the chamber crew had a tough time getting this together. There was a lot of food trucks that just didn't make it through the pandemic. They just couldn't. They couldn't stay afloat. It was tough. It was tough for us as business owners. Myself, I'm sure you had a little bit of
Yeah, I mean it affects everybody. Yeah. I mean it just does, and the repercussions kind of ripple. You know what I mean? Because you can't just be locked down and doing nothing for this amount of time and not seeing the. You know, you got the pipeline. You got to keep it full if you're in business, and when it's empty for a while, I mean you feel that for quite a while. So it's kind of nice though because it's starting to come back.
Yes,
you know that
so.
hiccup is starting to come. You know, get overtaken by. Actual production, and it's good to see it coming back around.
Yeah, still have to be careful, but I think people are just tired of being penned up.
Yeah,
you know, we're looking for something to do. I. I'm out and about. It's scary, but.
It's all about personal responsibility.
Yes, sir.
You need to do what you need to do to be safe and keep others around you safe. And as long as you do that, I think if everybody does a little bit, nobody has to do a lot. And that's kind of what we're looking for. And the reason why Perry is so successful is I think a lot of people take that to heart, and everybody does a little bit. And that way it doesn't put the whole load on one person. So now we can have our parade and our children, you know, everybody goes to school, and, you know, you can kind of get back to that little bit of normal life that we were used to, and now that you kind of see it coming back, it's gaining traction, and we're getting a little closer every day, which is really nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, this parade, it's to commemorate the land run of 1893, the Cherokee Strip land run, and just not too long ago, I saw a show on. There's one of our 80 trains going through there. See that? It's to commemorate the land run of 1893, the Cherokee Strip land run, which was apparently the last one in Oklahoma.
It was the last one?
Yes. So what they did, I saw this documentary. True or not, I don't know, but it was on PBS, so it has to be true.
Oh,
so just
there you have it.
I didn't see it on Facebook, so that didn't really make it, cemented in there, but. So there's the Boomers and the Sooners, right? You know how that came about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, naming a university after cheaters. I mean, I don't get it.
Man. Oh, no.
So right here in the
Christy,
square.
he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it, Christy.
So right here in the square, they shot the cannon off, and everybody headed their way to claim their land.
They shot the cannon off here in this square?
Yes.
See, I'm a come here,
I'm a
not
come
a
here
from
too.
here, so I didn't know that. But you were come here earlier.
Well,
than
like
me.
I said, it was on PBS. It has to be true.
They shot the cannon off in this square?
Yes. So everybody departed to grab their flag, and they had to come back here, and the land office was right here where generally the post office is.
Okay.
So what they found out through the other land runs in Oklahoma is the Sooners, the cheaters, they would go out and hide out there by the land that they wanted to claim.
Yeah.
And take the flags after they heard the cannon, then they would head to town. You know what I mean? So by the time they got to
Yes, Phil, I know what you mean by
cheaters.
Cheating.
Yeah, cheaters. So that happened in the other land runs prior to ours. So their fix for that was to set the prairies on fire. So here I think we have a step off on the parade here. So we'll get back to that. But I know that they set allegedly set the prairies on fire to keep the Sooners out, which didn't work. But what happened was it burned the flags that you were supposed to take. So they had to get the stakes, and also now you were supposed to raise cattle on this property, and there was no grass.
Well, that just goes to show you what a committee can do, people.
You want to get absolutely nothing done? Form a committee.
Let's form a committee, and we'll talk about the next meeting we're going to have about that meeting.
We'll have a committee for a committee's meeting.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, there you go. Well,
So
you can tell
I
no
hear
ranchers
sirens.
were involved in that deal.
Right. I hear sirens.
It's time for my rattle of the papers, and who do we have first? The color guard?
That's what it says, yeah. And then the Perry Police Department.
God, look at all those people.
Isn't that awesome to see?
That's good stuff, man.
That awesome to see.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, another train, Phil.
I think that's the same train.
Do you? That's
Yeah.
pretty long train.
I was told that our trains that come through here are only allowed to be 109 cars, including engines.
I'm not going to lie. I've been bored a few times
I've
at
counted
the
them
tracks,
many
and
times.
I've counted them. And it's always an even number, I've noticed. It's
No,
like
I've got-
80 or 100.
Yeah, see, I've gotten odd numbers because there's always a different amount of engines depending upon. But anyway, here we go. We have.
We're stepping off a little early, folks. They're not quite coming around the bend.
Yeah, they're on the north side, I'm sure, and they're going to take their time. But leading up, before we get there, the Color Guard and Perry Police Department, Perry Police has come a long way too. There are several new vehicles. We have an SRO now.
SRO, what's that?
Students Resource Officer.
Oh, isn't
he's
that
been 2 years.
Brian Odell?
Brian
love
Brian
that
Odell.
guy.
He is a great officer. He's great with the kids up there, and I shouldn't say officer, he's a lieutenant. So things have happened with everything. The fire department, the police department, the last year or two.
Hey,
I
we
think
got a
there's
new chief since the last time we've been behind this table.
chief
Didn't we?
of what?
Fire department.
No.
We didn't?
Russell's been here for years.
Has he? Well,
Yeah.
but has he been in that role? Is
Yes.
what I'm getting at. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's been years. I don't know how many.
Where
but
have I been?
it's not double digits, but he's got to be 4 or 5 years.
I love that guy.
He is a good dude. We do have now each shift now has a, what are they calling them? Not an assistant chief, but a no, they've always had captains. God, I forget what their ranks are, but everybody has stepped up a notch. Now we have paramedics in town. We have one about to take his test.
Brian Friend.
Brian Friend. He is.
He's killing it.
He's killing. Yes, and then we have another. I've met her once, and I'm stuck at her name. But we have a paramedic now that is on call right away.
Here it is, Phil.
Yeah, they made
Hey,
it.
before they make this turn, real quick,
Right.
tell people about that building right in the center of your screen.
The folk art building.
Folk art.
Yes, very famous architect, and now that's owned by the Brown family, who owns the building to the north of it as well now.
That they're fixing up.
Yep, and again bringing more business to town. So
The folk art building. I guess those are rare, ladies and gentlemen. If you
Yes.
didn't know, that's kind of a special deal to have.
yeah, it is. It has been confirmed. I'm almost positive that it is a folk art designed building.
Wow.
So
Well-
it has been confirmed. I thought so.
Well, here comes the Boy Scouts, Troop 912. Look at those little young patriots right there. I
Yep.
love it. Oh, wow, look at that. Jeez Louise, that looks like a military, like a Humvee.
So that is a Humvee, and that was donated to the Noble County Sheriff Department by OSBI.
Very nice.
So yeah.
Who got that done? Is that our new sheriff?
Our new sheriff, Matt McGuire.
Matt McGuire.
And hey, I want to say something about these guys. All these guys coming around the corner, they put in some work, man. And even when it comes down to the sheriff department and fire departments working together, just last week, not 4 days ago, there was a bad wreck outside west of town, and Perry Fire was called by the sheriff's department, and in the time it took for the fire department to get there, they also called our fire department, Rock Township. The car ignited on flames. The 3 passers-by, I have to mention this, and they were awarded a plaque in recognition last night at the rodeo. 3
Jordan.
passers-by, Jordan Billingsley,
Yeah.
Brent Bole, and Brad Hayes,
Which are all great guys.
all stopped and pulled these people out of the car before it engulfed in flames.
That's
If
awesome.
it wasn't for these 3 folks, they would have succumbed to the flames. So, and Matt McGuire, our sheriff, and Under Sheriff Jesse Brewer recognized these 3 gentlemen and gave them the life-saving award for Noble County.
Wow,
That's
fantastic.
pretty awesome.
And they deserved it.
Yes. So I'm going to bet that the sheriff and Jesse are in those 2 vehicles there, following up the police charges.
You know, and like you said, they're big. You know, these guys, they're all about service. But you know what's funny is everybody in those trucks are our friends.
Yeah.
I mean, they do more in the community. They coach T-ball, they Little League. You know what I mean? They do everything. So, I mean, they're just all around good guys. So we appreciate you guys. If you watch this later on, we want you to know that we definitely appreciate everything you do.
There's Perry Fire Department's new Squad 1.
Oh, that's cool. What is that?
That's been donated by the tribe up there at the casino. They donated that so they can get fast response vehicles as opposed to an ambulance getting there.
Which casino?
The one on I-35 there.
Oh, very
So,
cool.
yeah, which is also new in the last, year.
Is that Fancy Dance?
Fancy Dance Casino, yeah.
Awesome.
So that's Lucene Rural Fire Department just going by us right there out of frame.
There it is.
There's Perry's engine.
The big engine. Hey, that truck behind Perry's, the engine looks pretty familiar.
So I'm going to guess that that's Lucene as well. Oh, you know what? That first brush truck was Perry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And this will be Lucene coming up.
What is on that? Is that the Dalmatian?
Yeah, that's their Dalmatian.
Very cool.
Yeah, they make the new guy, I'm sure.
Oh, that's
Gotta
cool.
get back in there and wear that sucker.
Hey, man, it's for the kids.
It's 90 degrees out there. Those guys got to be dying.
That's all right. He'll be all right. Oh, look at that that's a cool old truck.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know, man. It looks like the honorary parade marshal, maybe.
Would that be him? You know, that's Mr. Bole, and he is 90 years old this week.
90 years young.
They are putting on a big hoot for him. It's a big party for him, the whole family. Bole family is a pretty big family here in town. Ranchers and bankers, and God, they're into just about anything, and great folks too.
Well, and then I think bringing up behind him is the Citizen of the Year, and that's going to be Mr. Jason Proctor.
Wow.
So there's Bob Bole, I believe that's correct.
Yes.
And then Jason is going to be right behind him. Little bit about Jason, from what I know, is he's the president of the school board, and has been one of the people that has been trying to get everybody rowing in the same direction, I guess, and keep the schools open and going. In a lot of places where kids haven't had the ability to go to school, I can tell you, having 3 school-age children, it's been a blessing that all 3 of my kids have been able to go and get in-person learning, and it's been nice.
So there's the Bole family that they're celebrating their I guess,
the blue
patriarch.
Shirts?
Yeah, blue shirts. I have to say thank you for shopping local and doing that stuff.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we did all the banners and shirts for the family. And it was pretty neat.
So here it is, Phil. I'm going to take this one.
Okay, here you go.
This is the Perry, Oklahoma High School Marching Band, and let me tell you something here. These kids, there's a reason why they're champions, folks. They get up every morning. I have 2 of my kids that are in this band, and they have to be on site at 7 a.m. every morning to rehearse before school. And then they have all kinds of rehearsals. They have band during, and then they have rehearsals after. These guys are dedicated. They do the things that failures won't do. That's why they're winners. Emily Shade is on the bass drum, and my son Daniel Shade is on the tuba.
Oh,
and
there he is. That's him, right?
That's
him.
Is
that him on the right?
That is him That's him right there. Yes. Yeah. And that's my proud moment of the parade.
Oh, there you go.
I digress. But good job, guys. Mr. Henderson was our band director last year, and he had moved on to do some other things, and Mr. Houghton stepped right up with the assistance of the new guy, Mr. Evans.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, they're killing it. They're doing a great job.
What do we have coming up next after them?
A Big Mac truck.
Is the truck and trailer pulling wrestlers. So a little bit about the wrestlers here. They are, next year, will be their 100th year celebration of excellence.
And they are excellent.
They have been going crazy for this. They built the monument on the north side of the square.
Yes.
They have the movie coming out here soon that they've been working on 4 years. And this year, they have Mr. What's his name? I'll find it here. Just give me a second. Danny Glover and King Kirchner, which are the 2 oldest former Perry wrestlers. They're 93 years old and from the class of 1945.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be in the golf cart following up this thing, but this is a truck full of then and now wrestlers.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not a trailer load of people that I'd want on my bad side. Because
Right.
these guys are state champions, and
Multiple.
they are bred from birth to be wrestlers in Perry. And I'm telling you, Thad and all those guys they're serious.
And Laddie Rupp now is the wrestling coach for Perry.
I like Ladd.
Yeah, he's a good also a former, obviously, Perry wrestler.
Yeah.
So, but I tell you, just to throw in the Valhalla axe throwing again, our record now, we have a 3-year-old as our youngest axe thrower that throws bullseyes, and 2 83-year-old or 1 83-year-old. But today, Dewey and King are coming in at 93 years old, and we have our 3-year-old. His name is Grayson Bodie.
Yeah.
Willie Bodie's little boy.
Oh, Willie's boy.
And
yeah,
he's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
come in and show these guys how to throw axes today after the parade.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty. We're so excited for that. So,
You know, and I'll tell you, Ladd taking over the coaching position, I know a lot of people really enjoy that because, you know, I was actually talking to a guy the other day, and we've had coaches in the past that weren't Perry wrestlers, and it matters to have a former Perry wrestler coaching these guys to the community, because I'm telling you, a lot of people don't understand the level of commitment and the level of drive that these kids have, and what they have to go through to be state champions over and over and over again. And to have a former wrestler who's been through that,
Yeah.
he knows, and then teaching these new kids, it's nice to know that I think we're going to get that caliber back up there where it needs to be.
and go see them. They have a booth here in the park today. They're selling their shirts that were made locally.
Red Earth Designs.
Yes, sir. They have little save the dates for the big party next year for 2022. They're pretty excited to get this off the ground. So, enough of
Guys,
us,
dolls.
the guys and dolls, right?
Guys, dolls.
Gyla Workman heads this up.
She's so wonderful.
Yeah, another
My
one
two
that's
little
bouncing
girls.
off
My
the
two
walls.
girls were guys' dolls.
Pretty cool. And that, what is that, an MG behind them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
It
what
looks
that
like
is.
it
It's a
is, yeah.
1953 MG. Yeah.
MG, it is an MG, yeah. Mina Moore is driving it, or in it. Yeah.
Very cool car.
The American Legion Post 53 is coming up behind it. You know, I mean, what can you say about the American Legion?
Oh man,
You know.
they're the real deal.
Yeah.
They're the heroes.
It doesn't get any better
No.
than watching the veterans walk around the square. Or
Those
at least
guys
ride
are the
around
whole.
square.
The people on that trailer right there are the whole reason why we can even be sitting here talking about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So we appreciate them. Look at that flag, boy. That is pretty.
You see, it's not elongated. It's kind of.
No, it's long enough. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Are you gonna razz me about that every
I
time?
am, man.
Well, I don't care.
I have to. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. You know, you go into Sassy's, going back to that restaurant. She has a wall of honor, and every veteran gets to sign it.
Oh, that's
Pretty
cool.
awesome. So, who's coming up in the T-Bird?
Who's coming up in the T-Bird? That is class of 1956, Betty Gunn.
Oh, hey, that behind that American Legion, we can't leave that out. That was the Vietnam Veterans of America.
Well, let's just run down them real quick. We got the Vietnam veterans. We have the class of 1955 in the 57 Chevy.
Yep.
We have the class of 1956 in the Thunderbird and pickup. Oh, what do we got here? I hear some cheerleading.
They're coming up behind that.
There they are.
The Corvette.
Those girls are great too.
Perry Junior High cheerleaders.
Uh-oh, I hear some rocking and rolling going on. I think we may have the Langston Pride Band coming.
Oh, it's Langston or it's either Blackwell. Which one's first?
I don't know. I don't know. I
See,
think
Langston's coming up on 17. So yeah, they're just coming right around the corner.
Ooh, look at that. That's a cool old car right there.
Yeah. So again, that Exchange Bank has
Oh, that's gorgeous.
sponsored the Langston Band to come up here today and play for us. So
Very cool. Now, what do we got here?
can't tell you.
What do we got, Tyson? What is that? Looks like it's out of order a little bit. That's okay.
It happens. Lining these folks up in the morning's got to be
Like herding
a
cats.
job I don't want to do. Yeah.
Perry Smiles.
Well, there you go. That's right.
Very cool.
What exactly is
tooth.
Perry Smiles?
That's a dentist deal.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, see the tooth on the back?
Oh, well. Figures, right? Smiles.
That's kind of, I wonder if they're throwing out candy or if they're throwing out toothbrushes.
Well, candy would be job security.
Absolutely, that's what I'm thinking.
Your kids have that?
Absolutely. What do we got here? Ooh, class.
I can't read it. Class of what? Let's see if we got it here.
Looks like class of 2000 and 2001.
Well, there you go.
Oh, look at there, PJ's Plumbing. They really know their stuff.
Yeah, there's 3 rules to plumbing.
Yeah? What is it?
Sewage runs downhill.
Yeah.
Payday's on Friday.
Yeah.
And don't bite your finger.
Ugh. Yeah, definitely don't bite your finger. Hey, I love this, the Mario Brothers. Oh, that's the Langston Band.
Oh, yeah, this has got to be it.
So, guys, Danny Shade is
Yeah.
going to go mobile. No, it's not.
It should be.
Oh, Tyson gave me the
No. Frontier FFA coming up. It is?
Oh.
Okay.
Then we are out of line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely not 200 pieces.
No.
But that is the Blackwell Band, and they sound good. They're jamming.
I think next, if we're semi in order, is the Cochrams. And they have a little museum going up there at their station on the corner of 6th or 7th and Cedar. Jeez, got stuck on that. It's the Museum of Conoco, and the acronym of Conoco came from Continental Oil Company. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. So, and Midland Oils was their company beforehand, and that's what was there on that 3 corners, they call it, at the Cochran place. Nice ladies. I've been dealing with them for the last couple of weeks. We made some magnets for their 2 cars that are coming up, and they invite the public to stop in and see all the things they have going on there.
Very cool.
If you talk to one of my favorite ladies in town, Laura Chemnitz, she has a whole story on how she met her husband, who worked for Cochran Oil. Pumping gas one day.
Really?
Yeah, she's just a sweetheart.
Uh-oh, everybody get the kids out of the street.
Yeah.
Here comes the Cowboy Driving Academy.
You think they have some kids, some students driving in the parade? I know Keith Williams will be in one of those.
Get them out of the street. Those are cool cars. My son's actually doing a course with them right now, getting
is
ready
he?
for his permit, and it has the steering wheel on both sides.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're rigged out, man. They're ready to roll.
Wow. Another local company, and he's got offices, geez, everywhere. But yeah, a local fellow, Brad Finley, and then his right-hand man's Keith Williams. So,
Brad.
yeah. Is that a 57 Chevy?
Well, that's pretty. I love that color. You know, it's funny, that car cost half as much as that Honda, but now today it's worth more than probably all 4 of those Hondas.
Yeah, right.
Oh, look at that. There you go.
Gee.
Just dumped it out. Hey, look, if you're going to hand out candy, man, go big or go home. That's a good job, Cowboy Driving Academy.
Well, it's nice to see we have a decent crowd today, too. I was a little leery. The heat.
He threw the bucket.
Hey, we're having hot dogs and stuff up there at Valhalla if you want to bring the kids by. Chili dogs, hot dogs,
hey,
and
buddy,
pickles. And
I'm always down for some hot dogs. We'll be there with bells on. Well, we got, I don't even recognize that guy. I don't see him. Who is that?
that is probably Brian Hermits. That's who it is. Brian Hermits in there, local DA.
Oh,
That's who it is.
very nice.
Yeah, I've been
Throwing
working kind of
candy.
closely with his office for the last 26 months.
26 months.
Yeah.
That sounds speedy.
Yeah.
Throwing candy. Can't go wrong there. What is that behind him? That's a little gator with like a that's
Little train or something?
That's
Looks like
awesome.
little train cars behind him.
There you go, Tyson. Thank you.
It looks like followed up by an old tea bucket.
No, that looks fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
that is
that's
cool.
cool.
That is cool.
I don't know those folks. Who are they? I want to say Lance Harmon, but I can't say that for sure.
Yeah, Lance
that
Harmon.
Lance Harmon?
Lance
Yeah.
Harmon. 6-car barrel train.
That is neat.
What a cool little deal. Well, those kids are loving that, I guarantee you.
Well, that tea bucket's pretty awesome.
1923
Yeah.
Ford Model T Roadster. Bruce Klein. Well, that is neat. I gotta spend some time on that. Woo!
Pretty nice.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Then the Model T guys, the Special Ts will be coming up behind them.
Specialty.
Special Ts.
Is that the guys that tear apart and
Yeah.
build? Dude, I seen that for the first time. I think it was last year. That was amazing.
It is
They
pretty
stripped
cool.
that thing down to nothing and then put it all back together.
That's a competition. They go around every place and do that. They do it in minutes, from parts to a running vehicle.
I think David Payne and that little truck. That's awesome.
That's a big guy to get in that little cab.
That's what I need, Phil. I need a Model T.
What? And I think it's the second one that's Gary McNabb's.
That's
He
pretty.
just drives that all over town.
I mean, hey, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I got a couple old cars and I drive them everywhere. Why have them if you ain't gonna enjoy them? That is neat.
Freddie Wisdom should be in there too. Right after these
Farm Bureau.
Ts.
We do a little business with Freddie Wisdom.
Do you?
He's always done us good. Nice guy too. He's big into he builds these like bows and arrows. I'm telling you, man. Some people just have patience and some people don't. But I'm telling you, that Freddie Wisdom, he can sit down with a group of kids and they make these bow and arrow deals, and he can sit there for hours and get the same questions every 5 seconds. He never loses his cool. He just eats it up. Subside Electronics, division of Ditch Witch.
Are they a division or are they a separate entity?
I mean,
Oh, they come out?
Yeah.
I was talking with somebody from Ditch Witch yesterday, and they have come up with a new blue light system that chases old plumbing. They expand this material inside the old plumbing and then run this blue light down that hardens that expansion
Oh, yeah.
material. They're just an innovative company. Hence all the
Look at that.
machinery coming up. I think there's 20 pieces in the parade today, all out of Ditch Witch in Perry, Oklahoma.
I'll tell you what would be cool is if they could maybe get those guys and head them out to my house. I guarantee
Keep 'em
I
busy
could,
for an
I
hour?
could, I promise you, I could find something for every one of those deals to do. Man, that is neat. Look at those tracks.
My father-in-law was a lifer there for many, many years. Unfortunately, we lost him this year. Patriot.
So this right here is it's like a asphalt saw,
Oh, wow.
and they use it for laying fiber.
Oh,
And,
cool.
yeah.
Wow.
It was originally developed in partnership with Quanta to do fiber laying. Yeah.
Interesting.
And that helped build out the Google Fiber network.
Interesting. Very cool.
Man, those ladies are sleeved out. That is awesome. I'm trying to see what that one is. You zoomed out on me, Tyson.
Well,
I hear the super
Witch,
witch.
yeah.
You know, I didn't know that they actually drive that around everywhere and put on like displays and stuff like that. Look at that thing.
We had them at our annual state football for the Local County Public Safety. They brought the Super Rich out there and entertained people for half an hour.
That is so cool.
That is an actual operating trench.
Yeah, it'll trench.
That runs on Top Fuel.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah,
is
if
it
you're
not
if
their
you're if you're
second-
paying somebody by the hour, that's who you want to show up right there. A little rooster tail of dirt coming out of the back of it.
Isn't that their second or third actual one, Tyson? Fifth? Wow.
So this one is number 5, unless they built another one. 6 was skid steer that was remote controlled.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. I like that one.
We'll leave it up to the engineering department at Ditch Witch. Come up with something cool like that. What?
Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Crazy. How'd you like to be the guy that's your job?
Oh, I
Drive that around?
That wouldn't hurt my feelings.
That's pretty awesome.
At demos, he'll do that, and then he'll stop, lower the boom, and trench.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm here, I think, 15 years, and I don't think there's been a parade without that thing in it. That's just cool to see.
That
There it
was
goes.
cool. Watching it go right by the front door. Well, thank you, Ditch Witch, for another showstopper. That was awesome.
Tell you, you know, the parent company now of Ditch Witch is Toro, and another company that stepped up and just, you know, take care of BMAC out there, Lee Harmon out there. He's got a brand new, unbelievably huge mower. They just gave one to the county building here, the guys to take care of the lawn here.
Wow.
Yeah, so another company that's been involved in town.
Well, that's good because you know when you lose the creator of the company, you know, when we lost Ed, I know that was probably on a lot of people's minds. And then with the acquisition by Toro, they're like, oh, you know, this corporation doesn't have any ties to Perry. Everybody was kind of worried, and then they come in and they just started picking up kind of where he left off and trying to do what they can. I mean, it's never going to be the exact same, but the fact that they're actually doing stuff for the community, that says a lot.
Yeah, good deal.
Oh, look, Vote Hughes.
Vote Hughes. So Nick Hughes was one of the 5 gentlemen running for the primary Republican commissioner's race, and he ended up winning here last Tuesday? Yeah, election day. So now he'll be running against an independent and a Democrat. So
Well, I guess that's a nod to the county road situation.
yeah, muddy truck.
Yeah, pulling it out with a chain. That's clever, Nick.
Attaboy, Nick.
That's
good
good.
one. Good one. And
He's
again,
not too far off.
another guy shopping local. Look at those signs and magnets.
There you go.
Pretty darn good job.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So,
You know a guy.
I know a guy.
Check out the vet. That's pretty.
Stingray, isn't that what is it called back then? That looks like a 70, or either 70 or 71. Were you alive then?
Was I alive in 71?
Yeah.
It depends on your version of alive.
I was
Were you?
I was.
Well, yeah, you were what? You were just
5. I was 5.
nah. I think you're
was fine.
holding a digit back.
Nah.
25. Man.
Oh heck no.
Oh, that's pretty. Look at the flag
Yeah.
off the bat. That's awesome.
That is an awesome. Is that a paint or is it actually the flag?
I don't know. I know that guy better slow down though, because he is not cleared for takeoff.
Well, then the old 4-wheel drive is gonna roll over the gull wing
Seth
thing.
Wadley. Oh, look at that eagle. That's nice.
I wonder if it must be. I don't know what it is, paint or what.
Very cool.
The Wolfpack. Little softball team there.
The Wolfpack.
Yeah, they're a good bunch of gals.
Well, Seth Wadley's loaning out trucks left and right to these guys. That's
Oh yeah,
cool.
yeah. They've had I think 9 of them. They told me in the parade helping kids out. So.
Why wouldn't you?
And then
That's
of course
great.
there's another 3 or 4 at the rodeo. By the way, it's the 50th anniversary of the rodeo here in Perry this weekend.
The rodeo.
Yeah, so if you've got nothing to do, last evening it started, and tomorrow and Sunday, it's a pretty big ordeal for them. Those folks out there, the 2 gals that I work with, Crystal and Tammy, They just work their butts off for weeks and weeks getting ready for this thing.
There's the blimp. First Bank and Trust.
Another great company in town that's always taking care of things. You know, they purchased a building across the street from their bank, and now it's the First Bank and Trust Event Center. And you can rent that out for anything you've got going on, corporate or personal.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah. So another good bunch of people up at that bank. You know, there's coming for I'm from the Republic of New York, obviously, and you know, I'm from a smaller town, but worked in larger cities. But you know, you're a number to people there, you know, or a sir or a madam. You walk into any of our establishments here, especially the banks. Every single person in that bank knows your first name. How are you doing today? Here, have a cookie. Here, have a cup of coffee. You know, that's small town. You cannot beat small towns for that reason, just there.
The pride of Ringwood. Hey,
Ringwood
let's not
marching
forget
band.
the Perry FFA.
Yeah.
Because those kids grow up to be the backbones of rural communities. I mean, that's awesome. And then the Ringwood, the pride of Ringwood.
And the fair was all week this week. Those kids work really hard with those animals. You know, it's an early morning, late night. Show your animals, make sure they're clean, make sure they're taken care of. And those kids really work hard.
Hey, you want to talk about building, some responsibility. I mean, having to take care of an animal, whether it's a pig, goat, cow, I mean, whatever, anything alive, I mean, you're going to be putting in some time and some hours, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
You know, Pave Your Way Concrete. Terry Tressler and his son. Another bunch of hard-working guys. I've brought them out there in 100-degree heat, floating off concrete, and they're just keeping after it. Didn't they do some work for you up at your house, too?
They did. They did a sidewalk for me out at the house.
And right behind her is Terry Tressler's wife out there at Sassy's Good Eats.
So let me tell you something about Sassy's, okay? I'm just going to give you, take my advice, because I'm overweight, so I know what I'm
Just
talking
a
about. Well, no, you don't have to be sweet.
You're big bone.
So here, I am big bone. You know what I mean? I am big bone. Anyway, if you're going to go to Sassy's and you want a hamburger that's just amazing, try the old McDonald burger.
That's one of my favorites, too.
It's amazing. It's awesome. And the other thing is, if you're a chicken person, they have a chicken club sandwich that is out of this world. Oh, look at there.
Very high.
High school.
You know, half of our younger football teams and all of our cheerleaders are out of town for a game today. They couldn't even make the celebration with us today, so good luck to them. I hope they win. Sorry we didn't have you here today, but here's our older kids, our high school kids.
There's the Perry High School football team who squeaked out a victory, 1 point victory on the last game here at home. And it doesn't matter if it's 1 point or a million
Still
points,
a
a
win.
win's a win.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you that little number 11, Williams, Desmond Williams, I think, maybe. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. I know there's two brothers on that team. But number 11, he ran it and ran it and
Did he?
ran it, buddy, all the
Did
way
he?
back.
Very cool.
It was awesome.
This is our homecoming royalty football team.
Who is our homecoming
I don't know.
royalty? It doesn't really
You know,
give me, like, the kids' names.
If they make this print any smaller on this, I mean,
Your arms aren't long enough.
I'm telling you.
You want me to hold that for you?
Gosh, yeah, you're fun again.
Oh, you're old.
I am, and I'm feeling it, man.
Well, look at there.
Who's this? Morrison missed it.
I didn't have breakfast, man. Those people better get out of here. I'm going to go take a bite out of them. That was Sonic.
Looks like the Cherokee Strip Museum, followed by Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Cherokee-
Sonic.
oh.
Oh, well, that's fitting because the Cherokee Strip Museum is doing a Bud Gyrus exhibit, who's the guy who pretty much spearheaded Sonic in Oklahoma.
Doesn't he have a place here in Noble County?
He has a house about 3 miles east of me there.
Lady Maroons.
So again, you want to get out there to see, you know, that Cherokee Strip Museum is top notch as it is, but now they're having this Bud Gyrus exhibit for the next month or so.
I noticed they tore that house down that they put out there. Whatever happened to that deal?
That is, I think they just couldn't get it up to code to allow people in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was a little controversial.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I know they moved it all the way from like a Centennial Farm or
It
something.
is
like
a Centennial farmhouse.
Yeah, and then
of
they
a local family.
had a real nice foundation built and everything. And then I drove by the other day, it was just gone.
Yeah. And then they built the blacksmith shop. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
That's
hey,
pretty
Rose Hill School.
Rose Hill School's. Oh man, I went there years ago.
Yeah, all my kids have been through Rose Hill School, and actually a friend of ours, Lucinda Lee, she's a teacher, and I think she was the school marm because I seen a picture of her on Facebook.
Was
she
she at
was all
one time?
dressed up. I think recently.
Okay. Because I don't think Lucinda. She might. Maybe her class was going there.
Oh, that might have been it too.
Because that's not a name. And this little mini truck right here, that's Senator Chuck Hall.
Chuck's in there, huh?
Chuck is in there. He's done some great things for our little state here.
He's definitely busy. I know that. I mean, he's back and forth between the bank and personal life and being a senator. I bet there's not much free time for that guy. Who do we have here? The Perry Frontier 4-H. Oh, Frontier 4-H and FFA.
And this is the Lucene Cowboy Church, which is held out there in the Lucene Community Building. Don Knott is the pastor out there, another good guy.
Does he have a bullet in his pocket?
I'm sure he hears that more than once. So,
That's all right. I'm going to act like it's original.
so that was pretty unique, and I'm sure I'm sure this is part of the rodeo crew. Again, like I said, it's the 50th anniversary of the Cherokee Strip Rodeo.
Well, Phil, anytime you have this many animals going down the middle of the street, it's getting close. I'm surprised that they have the Langston Band behind them.
That's huge. Look at the lineup.
Wow. And they're still rounding the other corner. They've taken up the whole block.
Wow. But you figure
Oh, that's
our
awesome.
streets have to be at least 50 feet wide, right? 2 lanes, so to speak.
50 feet. I bet. Yeah, I bet it's more than that.
Oh, I mean 100 feet. 100 feet, so it's 50
Yeah.
feet per side.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so one more time, we're going to say thank you to Exchange Bank because they made this possible. And these guys,
Wow, look at that.
that looks amazing.
I'm just going to be quiet here because I got to hear that.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm going to step over by the door. I want to see this live. These guys are something else. This is Danny on the street.
We go to our street reporter.
Yeah, going to street reporter Danny Shade coming over here to the door.
Hold the door open, Dan.
Hold it open?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry about that.
All right.
You got to be watching where they're stomping there, following up, 20 horses or so. How impressive was that?
Did real good. Oh,
That was pretty awesome. Thanks for holding that door.
You're welcome. I may regret a few things I've done in my life, but that is not one of them. I'm glad I got up to go watch that. That was amazing.
It was.
And coming up behind them, folks, that's the people that made it possible. Exchange Bank with the old Thunder Chicken popping out of the birthday cake.
125 years for them this year.
Man, that is cool. Thank you guys. I'm going to tell you, that band, I hope we see them again next year. Man, they were rocking.
They were. Have you ever tried walking on stilts like that?
Doing drywall.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bigger footprint.
yeah. I've never tried walking on stilts like that.
Doing
You
a
know,
little
in a
dance.
butterfly costume. I can't say that I've done that, but I have been on stilts.
You know,
I'd make a good butterfly, though, Phil. To be honest
I don't
with
know
you.
about you making.
Well, maybe pre-butterfly. I'd make a good cocoon.
That's an awful big cocoon.
Too late.
Oh, is it too late? Oh. Well, look at this. The Perry Junior High School Band. Look at those guys. Champions in the making right
go.
there. There's Mr. Houghton.
You would think Mr. Hope, yeah, there he is. So he probably making a second lap around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't leave much to chance. I guarantee you, Mr. Houghton's on top of it. He doesn't, oh, you guys go out there and just take care of it. We'll meet you back here in an hour. No. They're very, boy, they're on them kids, man. They expect them. Perfect practice makes perfect. And that's what they expect. Seth Wadley, 1 ton right there.
Yes,
Boy, that's a good looking truck.
it is a good look.
And I'm not even a Ford guy.
They have a special ops down at the rodeo.
Oh, really?
Or black ops, rather.
Oh, I bet that's cool. Man. Cherokee Strip Riding Club, horses and riders. You know what that means, Phil?
Yep.
That the street sweeper's coming.
Yep, he's out there. That old Elgin. That's a thing from my childhood every time. That
Yeah.
was the coolest thing to see.
And as the street sweeper comes by, it sweeps up another year. Huh, you like that? You like that? Yeah.
Sweeps it right under the rug.
You get more poetic every year, Dan.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to look off into the middle distance. I'm going to say it again. As the street sweeper rounds the corner, it sweeps up yet another. Oh, hold on. Okay, here you go. Cherokee Strip celebration.
Oh.
That's nice.
Shane, come
Thank
back.
you,
Come back,
JJ,
Shane.
at JJ's Barbershop.
I went to see JJ
For-
2 days
for-
ago myself.
Really?
I did.
I can't
Yeah,
tell.
I sure did. Yeah, it's. Oops. I answered the phone. Janet Wilhelm is on the phone, and I'm sitting here talking. Janet heads up the.
You're talking to
Now's
Janet
on
Wilhelm?
phone. Yeah, I accidentally hit answer, so she's listening to us talk.
Well, Janet.
I'll call you back here in a few.
Oh
as soon
no,
as we're
let's
done.
talk, Janet. How you been?
No, we have to hang up on Janet. So here we go. It is the end of the parade of what was supposed to be the 128th, but because of last year, it was the 127th. But I do think the way I was told by the chamber is they go by years since the land run. So,
Well,
I tell you, it's a great time. I'm going to go enjoy the day with my family and go throw some axes and have a few hot dogs and have some fun. What are you going to do?
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come over and I'm going to eat some of your free food and throw some of your
I
axes.
did not say it was free.
So I'm probably going to head to the house and we're going to go over and check out Valhalla for sure. Hope to see you guys over there. I hope you enjoyed the parade. Another year under our belt. Once again, that Langston Pride Band was
that was
fantastic.
top hit.
And then everybody else that had a float or participated in the parade, we thank you because obviously without you guys, there wouldn't be one. So
Agreed.
I appreciate it.
Buddy, another good year.
See you next
See
year.
you next time.